Hello, this is Tomas Vasquez. I'm a graphic designer and a filmmaker, and this is Una Plática.
Una plática.
Una Plática.
Es una plática.
Say plática.
Una plática. Una plática.
My father is a musician, so I was raised around music. He plays the piano and drums and sings. So it feels as though creativity was all around the home. My mother is an artist as well. So I feel that having both parents that are very creative inspired me to, search for my creativity and my passion. I would have to say there's some different mediums that I was kind of introduced to. Around 1997, I started playing drums, following the footsteps of my dad in a punk band, right? So I was in the music field, playing in venues and bars at probably around 17. I didn't start writing poetry and creating art until maybe my early 20s, and that kind of launched me into the photography. The graphic arts later on came, so it's kind of like a slow evolution, if you will, into what I finally do now. Yes. So my family's from Monterrey. I was born here in the United States. I was raised by my grandmother, my abuelita Amelia. And so Spanish was my first language. So I grew up eating all the delicious Mexican food right next door to my mom's house. And that kind of inspired me also to start cooking and learning how to cook like them, right? So I have a little bit of cooking skills that I've applied and share with my family. So yeah, I was raised in San Antonio, on the southeast side. And so that, combined with the music in the household, I had culture all around me, whether it was the music, the cooking, the Spanish music, things like that. That's kind of like a little bit about my background as far as the culture is concerned. But since I was from San Antonio, and I'm from San Antonio, that's everything around me, that I grew up with has inspired me. Like the missions, all the history here in San Antonio. I take everything from my neighborhood, from the city, the friends I grew up with. All that has kind of created me into the person I am today. Man, apart from my family, just God. God is my hero. I look up to Him. I look up to Christ. That's my inspiration nowadays, yes. I think it's very important to have organizations like the Centro Cultural Aztlán. Artists need places to go where they can express creativity. Sometimes it's hard to get into these bigger organizations, right, in the city. I'm not saying it can't be done. But places like the Centro Cultural Aztlán, it's like they open the door for you to get that experience. I've shown here a few times. I have a lot of friends that have shown here off and on throughout the years. And we need organizations like that because they make it very comfortable for artists to come in, do their thing, be themselves, and show work and meet fans or potential future clients, right, that they can sell art to. So yeah, I feel that it's very important. They also, connecting the community to the artists is very important, and we need hubs like this. So Narte, it has to be one of my favorites because it focuses on all the independent artists that have all the handmade goods and things like that. The other one that I really like is the superhero one that focuses on the children, right? It's always important. They're the next generation of artists, right? And so they need also outlets. And I'm glad that y'all provide stuff like that. You know, that's very important. I don't really create art necessarily for a change or impact. I just do it because I feel like I need to get my artwork out, my creativity out, whether it's writing a script for a movie, whether it's I have an idea and I create it, you know, on my computer, or maybe I feel like writing a children's book and I, you know, draw the illustrations for it. I don't necessarily, you know, do it with an outcome. I just kind of need. I feel like I just need to get my artwork out there, right? Whatever I'm thinking, I like having avenues where I can bring it to life, if you will. I like the diversity of San Antonio art. There's so many different types of mediums. There's metal sculptures, and there's, you know, people that do quilting and body painting, and, you know, everything that's, you know, beyond the traditional canvas. Of course, that's important too. We have murals and aerosol artists, right? I think that's what I like the most, is that there's an unlimited resource of all different types of mediums that you can get into, no matter what it is. I mean, we recently started doing bead art, you know, where you melt the beads with an iron with our kids, you know, and so that's something new that I didn't do before, and that's, you know, it's cool. So we have a lot of different things to our advantage here, and the diversity, I think, is my favorite thing out of San Antonio. Being able to go to a First Friday or Second Saturday and just get lost in all the different forms of art, right? And then you take kind of ideas and get inspired to do your own thing. Make sure that when you're doing the art that you want to do, focus on what you want to do. I know people take inspiration from other artists and things like that, but don't worry about what people say. Don't worry what the popular thing is that's, you know, going on. You focus on whatever your vision is and whatever you want to come to life. And then also get knowledgeable on the business aspect of it. A lot of people do it for a hobby, and that's great, right? But how are we going to make money? How are you going to make that into a career? There's a lot of different avenues that you can go, a lot of different resources that the city has, and that places like this location has to take workshops, things like that. And also the business aspect is important because you need to know how to manage your finances, how to market yourself, right? So you can't just go out there. You know, some people make it with posting on social media, right? That's only part of it. So just get knowledgeable on all you can on every single aspect, from the branding, the marketing, to the demographics, to the finances, every aspect. You know your client, know your market, where to set up, right? And just also go to networking events when you're first getting started. That's going to be also key to getting your name out there. At first, you might have to start off a little slow and, you know, set up here and there at a booth at a different market or something like that to start off with, and then pretty soon you'll be on your way to get into galleries and things like that. So always be open to try new things. Yeah, so I've been fortunate enough to create album covers for various bands. One of them was for Roger Velasquez and the Latin Legends. That it was called Tex-Mex Funk, and I was hired to do all the album cover artwork and the CD artwork. And that album ended up winning a Latin Grammy. So I got a little certificate, you know, saying that I was part of that project. That's pretty cool. That was like a big accomplishment in my opinion. I've also been asked to for the Fiesta events. I did a poster, I guess 2 years now, for Piñatas in the Barrio, which is a Fiesta event on the West Side that raises money for children in the West Side, in the community, for them to go to college. You know, they raise money for scholarships, right? And I know I think 2019 raised over $4,000, you know, for that scholarship. So Anytime that my artwork and my vision can be used for good, to help others and benefit the community, that's, that's everything right there. I mean, that's kind of, it makes it, it gives me inspiration to keep going and continue that journey, right? As well as, creating flyers and posters for various short films that we've done and events that we've put on. I've also created a children's book. There's one self-published. It's called My Trip to the Beach, and I did everything with marker, and we created like a few books that getting ready to put on Amazon. Working on my second one. Also have a children's book based off our first short film, Fidelis Itinere. That's premiering this November 8th at Slab Cinema. And then finally, the film aspect of it, just writing and putting your scripts to film and seeing your actual words come to life. That's been an amazing journey as well.
Hello, this is Tomas Vasquez, director of The Faithful Journey with Beyond the Canvas Productions. We are here today on set and we're having a great time. So the Faithful Journey is about a boy who leaves his home and he travels to various parts of the city, basically going on a journey, trying to, find out himself, find out who he is, as we all do. We all go through a journey in life as we mature into adulthood. So he meets these mysterious characters along the way and kind of learns a little bit more about himself. Then returns home, and whether he succeeds in his accomplishments or his goals, we shall see. I'll leave that up to you all when you see it. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I just want to thank all the cast and crew. Everybody's been very amazing, shooting over 5 days in about 5 to 6 locations. So I can't wait to meet everyone, and we'll see you in the theater. So far, man, it's just so personal with me because my family's involved. Friends are involved. This is the first official production from Beyond the Canvas as we rebranded as a film production company. So it means a lot. It's kind of going to kick-start the production company. We'll see what comes. We would like to help others achieve their goals too, and kind of just partner up as you have with us, just to help each other out in the community and grow it together. Have an open mind when you see it, and I'm sure that you're going to be pleased.